I'm writing a book, I try as much as I can to experience what the characters are going to in the story. And this might sound odd, but for me, it just doesn't work to use the internet. So I don't. I don't even have access to it at home. An added benefit of that is it means no email. That'd just get in the way of the writing. And in case you're wondering, this website is run by my agent, and that's where I am now. So anyway, back to research. Not having the internet maybe sounds a bit extreme. Okay, I know I can get all sorts of information on it, but if I want to find out about, say, a volcano, I want to experience that volcano. I want to smell it, feel it, climb it. And that way, I can make the reader experience it too. I actually came across this way of doing things completely by accident a few years before I even got published for the first time. I was on holiday in Southern California, hiking by myself in a national park. Beautiful forest, gorgeous mountain stream. I wasn't even thinking about writing novels. And then suddenly, on the other side of the stream, I saw two gorgeous, fluffy little bear cubs. And then, the mother, a huge black bear. Well, as you can imagine, my heart started to pound because I knew that the most dangerous combination of bears you can meet in the wild is a mother with small cubs. And there was a problem. My way home led past her down the mountain, and she hadn't seen me yet. And bears really don't like surprises. Now, I knew it would be a really bad idea to try to sneak past her. She might smell me and think I was hunting her cubs. And I'd been told by someone who knows about these things that when you're in bear country, you should let them know you're coming. And he'd said either whistle or sing. Well, I can't whistle. I never learned. So I sang. I'm not making this up. I started singing the first thing that came into my head, an old Irish song, Danny Boy. And the bear obviously hated my singing because she didn't do what I wanted her to do, which was go away. She came towards me through the stream to check me out. She stopped about 5 feet away, very agitated, rocking from side to side and champing her jaws to threaten me. And for a moment, and this is the point of the story, I thought she was going to kill me. And I was so scared that my mind went white. That's the only way I can explain it. Just for a second, I couldn't see anything. I couldn't hear anything. Because I knew that what I did next would determine whether I lived or died. So what did I do next? Well, by this time, obviously I'd stopped singing. So I just started to talk to her. Complete nonsense, I'm sure, but just calming her down while walking slowly away, sideways, not running, until eventually the path started to dip down the mountain. And if you can imagine, she's still up by the stream, and as soon as I knew she couldn't see me, I ran. Well, that was one of the most terrifying experiences of my life, but it was also exhilarating, because in a strange way it felt as if I'd been back in time. I could have been in the Stone Age. So a few years later, that fed into my idea about a wolf and a boy, and Wolf Brother was born. But the reason I'm telling you about it is that immediately after this happened, when I was in a bar having a well-earned scotch, I remember thinking, I've just experienced mortal terror. That's going to be so useful for my writing. And it really, really was. And if you read the first chapter of Wolf Brother, that's book 1 of my Stone Age series, Chronicles of Ancient Darkness, you'll see how I used it. Torak, the hero, is in the forest. He knows the bear who's just attacked his father is somewhere very close. And in the story I write that his mind goes white, because that's what happened to me. So that experience with the bear showed me how An authentic experience can not only give you ideas for the story, it can also crucially help you in the writing to really bring the story alive. Now, of course, I don't do all my research in the field. I do loads of book research too. The British Library, in fact, is one of my favourite places in England. It's where I go to find out about the Minoan civilization from my Bronze Age series, Gods and Warriors, about the beliefs of hunter-gatherers for Chronicles of Ancient Darkness, about colonial Jamaica for my Eden trilogy, and about 1930s Arctic expeditions for my ghost story, Dark Matter. But despite that, I just don't think you can beat experiencing what the characters experience. And that's why, in this area of my website, you can find out about some of my research trips. Swimming with wild killer whales and dolphins, meeting wolves, crawling through Bronze Age copper mines, and climbing erupting volcanoes. So however you decide to use this website, and wherever you decide to go, I really hope you have fun.